Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show. Today, I'm going to go through all the records I bought in Japan, but be warned, this isn't a long one. I didn't really buy that many. Let's go. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a while, when I travel to Japan, I always find bargains and things like that. But things are changing in Japan. Records getting way more expensive than they used to be. And getting to the point, really, where you can find things that are cheaper elsewhere, which is unheard of for me because, like, every time I've been going to Japan, I've been always finding so many super duper cheap bargains. So now when I go to Japan, I mainly focus on the Japanese bands because I'm not going to find the Japanese bands outside of Japan for the most part. But this time when I went, everything just seemed to have gotten way more expensive. And I assume that that's just because of the influx of tourism. And the record stores know that tourists are going there and buying up their merch and their records and whatever. So they're upping the prices. I get that. That's business. That's how things roll. So it did kind of put me off buying a lot of records because I was just sitting there thinking, like, I can actually get that cheaper elsewhere. And even though I'm here, it's just not worth it. So most of the international bands and stuff like that didn't bother with, just focused on Japanese stuff. Although there were a couple of records that I did buy that were cheap because I really, really wanted them. So we'll start with the singles. And here is one that I bought at the Halloween Ball, which is the Soundflat Topsy Turvy split 7-inch between Angel Face and Gunk. Gunk is awesome. This band has Sora, who used to be in the Gimmies, who, if you haven't heard, you should check out. The Gimmies are awesome. Angel Face, amazing band. I've featured them both on this channel. If you look in the Halloween Ball video, you will see both of these bands performing songs there. So I had to get this. I believe it's the only recording so far of Gunk. I'm not sure. But they're amazing, and now I'm going to have to buy everything because, I mean, I would have anyway because Sora's in the band and I know Sora, but I didn't realize he was in Gunk because everybody was in disguise, like, they're all dressing up for Halloween balls. I didn't even realize it was him there playing at the time, but yeah, there we go. Cool. Then there's obviously the records that I bought with Carol. So if you want to watch that video of me and Carol in Shinjuku at the Disc Union there where the punk market is, just go back and check it out. But we bought all these records. So you can watch that video and enjoy that one because it's pretty cool. Carol also gifted me this record, which is Lemonade by the Boardies, which is a 7-inch I didn't have of theirs. This is a great band. The Boardies are awesome. And one of my friends in Japan, Jade, she's like a massive Boardies fan, like the biggest Boardies fan you could possibly meet, and has probably seen them, I don't know, maybe 100 times or more. I don't know, but it just seems like she's always at a Boardies show. But yeah, she loves them, and so I got a number of Boardies 7-inches. But Carol gave me this one, which I'm very, very thankful for. So thank you, Carol. I really appreciate it. Lemonade is a great tune. So to have it on 7-inch vinyl, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I got some other Boardies records. This one's not even listed on Discogs. It's called Freaks in the Garage. And yeah, it's not even on Discogs, so you can't even add it. But I'll probably add it in myself. And therefore, if you have it and you want to add it to your Discogs, well, it should be up there soon. Don't ask me when, whenever I get time. Another Boardies 7-inch. So if you're looking to buy records in Huino, go to the book off there and check the vinyl section there because I found like these like super cheap. And I was pretty damn happy with it because I love the Boardies and I'm so stoked that they were just sitting there like nobody wanted them. But I wanted them, so I bought them. Here we go, See Want You. Great band. If you haven't heard them, check it out. I bought this as well, Saleo. Couldn't believe I found this 7-inch. Her stuff is really hard to find. Really, really hard to find. In fact, I did see the LP of hers available, but they wanted over $200 for it. And that's just no. That's just no. Like, so yeah. I don't pay those sorts of prices for records, but it was on sale for $200 plus at Tower Records. Found Love Enders on 7-inch though, which I was very, very happy about. Love this band. So good. Pen Friend Club. Awesome. Couple of Childish Tones that I didn't have. I only need one Childish Tones record now. But I'm stoked to have these two. This is a split with Learners, Very, very cool. And speaking of Childish Tones, I found Benny Usasura's solo single. One of them. She's got a couple out, but here's one of them, and I found it. So this is very, very different to the stuff that you hear with Childish Tones. So I like it though. It's very, very cool. I'm so glad to have found it, and it was really cheap too. Thunder Road, their 7-inch. This I believe has Seiji's brother from Guitar Wolf. He's in this band, I believe. I could be wrong, but yeah, they had a 7-inch out, so I grabbed it. Saw it at Nat Records. This is cool. The only Cigarette Man record that I needed, and I found it. Very, very happy with that. If you don't know them, look them up. Very, very cool. Voodoo Club. This is like Aerosmith meets New York Dolls. This band rules. Absolutely rules. This one came out in Record Store Day, but it's still around. So, yeah, very, very cool. So glad to get this record. I love this band. Check them out. I'm waiting for their CD to get a vinyl LP release. So, fingers crossed that happens. They're blowing up around Japan at the moment. So, let's hope it happens. Here's Hazy Sour Cherry. Grabbed this because it's their latest 7-inch and I saw it there, so I was pretty happy with that. A double 7-inch of the Neat Beats. Always happy with the Neat Beats stuff. They have so many records out. It's going to be a long time before I ever complete the Neat Beats collection. But still, yeah, this is You've Got My Heart. Very, very cool band. Otterbocker Beaver, classic. I've already got one of these, but this was brand new sealed, and the one that I've already bought was a used one ages ago, many, many years ago. This came out in 2017 for Record Store Day, and there was a sealed copy for 20 bucks. So I bought it. I found this for $1, 100 yen, Unit 1174. This is an old Australian band released on the Spiral Objective label. It's one that I didn't have on the Spiral Objective label, so I had to grab it. Spiral Objective is an old Adelaide label. I've talked about them so many times on this channel before. But yeah, amazing find for $1. I found a Deprived and Resist split 7-inch. The reason I bought this, it was only 300 yen, so $3, is because they do Tonight We're Gonna Rock You. So I had to buy it because I thought that was pretty funny. Released on Profane Existence. So I like Resist. Pretty cool stuff. This I found for cheap. This is the Exploited and Anti-Pasty split 7-inch. Now I used to have this many, many years ago and it went missing and I don't know where it went. So I had to rebuy it again. And last but not least of the 7-inches, I found this Kiss 7-inch for very, very cheap. Japanese 7-inch. I've shouted out loud. So pretty damn happy with that because it's a Kiss single with a Japanese sleeve. So very, very cool. And every time I saw this elsewhere, I saw it for like 1900 yen or something, like 20 bucks, almost 20 bucks. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to pay that. But then I found it, super duper cheap somewhere else. Where was it? It was in the book off in Kyoto, in Old Town Kyoto. There's a book off there, like 3 stories. And I found it in there. So pretty cool. I took over my Amoeba single by Adolescence and I got Tony Reflex to sign it. Very, very happy with that. I got this at the Halloween Bowl. It's a band called Dr. Psychedelic Poodle. They blew me away, right? Because they did this awesome, awesome cover of Breakaway by Irma Thomas. And I absolutely loved that song. And so when they played that, I was blown away. Like, oh my God. I mean, I love the band anyway. Then they said they had a record at the merch table and there was only like 30 copies. So I bought one. And there it is there, Dr. Psychedelic Poodle. And it has Breakaway on there. So I'm very, very happy with that. And it says on here, first EP, only 30 released. So there's only 30 copies of this record. I'm glad to have one. So very, very cool. Awesome band. Look them up. They're actually on my Halloween Ball videos. So you can check that out there and see what they're like. This was a Holy Grail White Whale want. I have wanted this record for a very, very long time, since like 1989 or something like that. It is Iron Maiden's Live Plus One. I know it's not rare, like you can find tons and tons of copies on Discogs, but I've never seen one in the wild, and I did, and it was cheap enough for me to get. And it is mint. It looks like it hadn't even ever been played. It is so perfect. It is a mint condition record. It's got the inserts, got everything. So very, very happy with that. Finally have one of my white whales. And like I said, I mean, it's not rare. Like you can just buy a copy if you want it off Discogs, but that's too easy. So I didn't want to do that. Here's another record that I bought with Carol. It is the Happies. And I do not know this band at all. The album's called Andromeda Express. And I'm very, very keen to check this out. She was very happy that I bought this record. Like very, very happy. So, yeah. I look forward to cranking this one up. Here is another of the international artists I bought. Now, I bought this only because it was super duper cheap, but also because I love Venom, and Venom is my favorite metal band of all time. And I didn't have this record. It is Kronos' solo record of Dancing in the Fire. I used to see it around all the time when I was younger in veranda music and stuff like that. And I was always like, yeah, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that. And then it disappeared and never came back into the store again. But I found a really, really super duper cheap copy in Japan, and it's mint, and it looks like it's never even been played. So I was very happy to pick this up. It's not rare, like I said, could buy it off Discogs, super cheap, but yeah, still don't care. Never seen one in the wild since like 1990 or something like that. But yeah, I'm very, very happy to have it. So there we go. Very cool. This is Kinoko Hotel. Their stuff is not easy to find, and usually when you find it's really expensive. This one was not expensive. It was like $15. So I had to grab it. It was a record store day release. Very, very happy to have it. If you don't know Kinoko Hotel, check them out. Guitar Wolf Planet the Walls. This was the first record that I saw when I went to the very first store when I got to Japan this time. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I've been looking for this album, which is true. I have been looking for Planet of the Walls. Couldn't find copies anywhere. And then all of a sudden, there it was. So I grabbed it. Awesome, finally. And I've listened to it. It's mint. Looks like it's, once again, never been played. Sounds incredible. God, I love this album. This one was super duper cheap, so I grabbed it. It is the Offspring first album reissue. Now, for those who don't know about this album, is that sometime when the reissues were happening of this record, the label, I guess, or the band thought that the final song may have been too controversial for the time. And so it was removed off the album. And every reissue since has never had that song. And I was always like, no, I want to find a copy of the album with that song on it. And I did. And so there it is, the last track on that album. There you go. That's what was removed. But yeah, Offspring. Finally, I have a copy of it. And I finally got to listen to what that song was like. Sounds just like Offspring. This is cool. This is another one recommended to me by Carol. Rinda and Mary, Life is Action. Very, very happy to get this. She said it's really, really lo-fi. I haven't listened to it yet. But she's got such good taste in music. I'm sure it's going to be incredible. So I look forward to sitting down and listening to this. When we do the listening, which is the second part to my Carol video of hanging out with her and buying records, I have a listening video coming where I'll be playing all her records that she chose, and we will be listening to them together and enjoying every minute of it. Cool? Awesome. Next up was the band Carol. I found this at a book off in Ueno, and the same place I found those boardies 7 inches, and this was like $5. And I bought this because if you've watched the video with Fifi at Poor Cow, he basically talks about this band Carol, and he says to me, all their records are really cheap. You should be able to find them. They sold a ton of records. So yeah, I found it, and I'm going to give it a go. I do not know this band Carol, but I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into it and enjoying the tunes because it's been given the thumbs up by Fifi. I messaged him when I found it, and he said, yep, awesome. So looking forward to checking that out. Here's another one that Carol, not that Carol, Carol from Childish Tones recommended to me. It's a band called CBS MG RFC 5. What a band name. And the album is called Pleasures. Look at that, Mosrite. She recommended this record. I do not know this band at all. I do not know this record at all. I'm so looking forward to getting stuck into this and checking it out. Her taste in music is incredible. So I guarantee that she's picked out a winner for me. Ramona Cheers, which is basically a band that sounds like the Ventures doing Ramones covers. I've wanted this record for so long to add to my ever-growing Ramones collection of, related and Ramones stuff. And I knew about this and I was like, I need to hear what this sounds like. And so I found it super duper cheap at Disc Union. And so, yeah, I grabbed it. So there we go. I'm looking forward to listening to this. Stay tuned. So this is Bum, and the album is called I Am Superwoman. Now, this is obviously an ode to Beyond the Valley of the Dolls by Russ Meyer. But Bum are one of the great Canadian power pop punk rock bands. Love them. And so stoked to find this for super duper cheap. Couldn't believe how cheap this record was. So I had to grab it. Love this band. Released on Munster Records. Now, these last 3 were records that I bought and had sent to my friend Hugo's house because I didn't find them in the stores. I've never seen this stuff in the stores, but they did come up for sale for super cheap and I had to buy them. And this is Odious on vinyl. And it comes with a CD as well. So, but yeah, Odious on vinyl. Pretty damn excited about this because I'm never going to find these records here. But yeah, Japanese metal, all girl group, and awesome. Here's the album. We are love this stuff. Can't believe I have it on vinyl. So happy with that. And that concludes the vinyl haul from this trip. Now, there is a CD video coming. I know how crazy. I'm doing a video on CDs, but CDs over in Japan, you can find them in like hard offs, book offs, hobby offs, or whatever for like 100 yen. It's like $1. And so I was going through them and I was finding all these albums by bands that I like. So I was like, oh my God, like, a lot of Japanese bands don't release stuff on vinyl. So CD is the only way that you're really going to get it. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to buy them because why not? Like, they're here in front of me, they're $1 each. And, I like having a physical product. So I ended up buying a ton of CDs by bands that I absolutely love from Japan. So I'm going to do a video on that separately because there's a lot. So yeah, you will enjoy that if you're into CD collecting or whatever, or just seeing physical product in general, or maybe you're interested in hearing about some new bands. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show. Do yourself a favor, go out and buy some records, and take care of yourself and look after each other. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.